Well, we'll make it 2 nights in a row that we've been able to see the northern lights here at this very far south latitude, at least relative to where you typically see the northern lights. This was last night. This was in Mount Vernon. And I want to thank Hannah for sharing this image. I mean, this is a great image because it compares last night with tonight's display of the northern lights. And you can see how it's a lot more muted. It's there, but it's a lot harder to see. And for many folks, you have to be away from the city lights and you have to use your camera to actually pull out the color that's there. But you can see this is tonight's image out of the Mount Vernon area. And near the horizon, once again, you can see the northern lights. Very faint, but it's there. So 2 nights in a row we've been able to see the aurora here across the Ozarks. Again, a rare thing, especially the display that we had last night. Temperatures today, well, not necessarily rare in November. You're going to get 70-degree days, but it's still nice to have them when you have them, especially after a cold start to the week. 36 on Monday. I think for many of us, we've already forgotten that because now we've had a couple of mild days, kind of putting us back on par with where we were for last week into this past weekend. And we're going to keep going up. I think temperatures are going to continue to climb through Friday and Saturday. The pattern is a quiet one across the area. Good viewing for the northern lights or even meteor showers, which are still ongoing across the area. We've got the Taurids right now, and we've got the Leonids, which are going to join the show, I think, here in less than a week from now, at least the peak coming in less than a week from now. As far as our forecast into Thursday, looking northwest, we find high cloudiness. That will spill across our skies on Thursday. At the surface, we got an area high pressure gliding through the area. That's why we had light winds today and tonight. Tomorrow the winds will pick up out of the south, and it looks like that warm air is going to expand further north into the upper Midwest. For us, that deck of high clouds, it'll create a bit of a veil in our sky, especially during the morning hours through about mid-afternoon. I think the clouds may thin out some after mid-afternoon, but that veil of high cloudiness may hinder highs a little bit, but it's still going to be mild. We're going to start off in the low to mid 40s, and we're going to end up in the upper 60s and low 70s across the area. And I think we may be able to get up to about 70 for a high here in Springfield. Friday looks sunnier, mostly sunny, and that means warmer. Looks like about 76 for a high. Winds a bit more gusty out of the southwest, and maybe even gustier still on Saturday. Saturday will come, I think, with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, and I think temperatures will continue to get dialed up maybe another degree or two, and probably even closer to hitting record highs in the area. In fact, here in Springfield, Joplin, and West Plains, I think we've got a really good chance of at least tying the record high. But even in Harrison, where the record high is 81, we might get there. I do think much of northern Arkansas will have highs up around 80 on Saturday. The pattern beyond Saturday does look a little cooler. We got a cold front that's going to sneak through the area. So highs in the 60s on Sunday. And then we've been watching the system all week. This one has been a little tough to pin down, but it looks like however it goes, it will come out of the west and into the middle of the country on Monday. Depending on how far north or south will probably dictate what our rain chances look like. But I think at this stage we do have a chance for scattered showers, mainly Monday afternoon into Monday evening. And that will mark the beginning also of a stormier pattern as a trough slips into the western United States, and that will lead to a series of storms likely coming out of that trough and impacting the middle of the country. We could see some heavy rain at times next week. There will also maybe be the potential of thunderstorms. Too early to tell whether or not there will be a severe weather risk with any of those storm systems, but something to watch.
Yeah, 70s thunderstorms. Seems like we're talking about May or something and not November.
Yeah,
but that's
well,
okay.
this time of the year too, you have that clash of seasons where if it gets real warm in November and then you get a strong cold front coming through, there's a chance you may see some severe weather.
Keep an eye on it. All right, thanks, Jamie. This brings us to our